Hey guys, so today we're reviewing, well, we're not reviewing anything actually. We're gonna actually do a ranking video of all five Star Wars prequel villains. So yeah, so let's start with my it's worst to wait, how is it? How's it gonna go? So number 5 to number 1. So number 5 is my least favorite. And number 1 is my favorite. Okay, so number 5 is my number 5 is Jango Fett. So Jango Fett is, I don't know if you guys count him as a villain, but I'm gonna, in my list, because it's my list, I can choose what people and characters I want. I include Jango Fett. So Jango Fett, I think, was a pretty good villain. He wasn't in the trilogy that much, or even the whole like Skywalker saga or anything like that. But for what we got, I did like it, and he was just a basic, simple man that just wanted to live his life the way he wanted and was raising his son, Boba Fett. So, I just think he was a cool, like, bounty hunter in that kind of a section of a villain. But, really, the reason I put him at number 5 is because he didn't really, he didn't really have that much to do in the whole plot, and we didn't get as much of him as maybe like other villains, I guess, because we could have maybe learned more about his life and the way he lives it and the way he raises his son. But well, Mace Windu needed to kill him, I guess. I don't know. But he's still cool, and still a cool suit and stuff. So yeah. Okay, number 4 is General Grievous. So General Grievous, he's a pretty cool villain, and of course the design of General Grievous is really cool, of course, and the way he looks, just his design is really cool, and yeah, but like I just think that in Revenge of the Sith, he didn't have much to. Again, he didn't have much to do. He was just really like a side plot that Obi-Wan needed to like just another like little villain in the story that Obi-Wan just fought, just like in Attack of the Clones when he had like the little story and the villain that he needed to fight Boba Fett. So because General Grievous, he's pretty weird. There's like this part where he looks like a spider just crawling. It looked really weird. Just the way he walks is also weird, but like, also, in the same time, that's pretty cool and makes it like more unique and more like odd, which is interesting. And, but really anything else, sometimes you can't even understand what he says. Yeah, I think he's a fine villain. He was really cool in the 2003 Clone Wars. If you know that show, guys. The Clone Wars, that show. Well, before that, there was a show that came out a few years before that, and it was called Clone Wars, not The Clone Wars. And that was Asajj Ventress's and General Grievous's first appearances, and yeah, and General Grievous was pretty different in that show. He was like, I don't think he talked in it. I haven't seen the show, but I've seen the clips and stuff. I don't think he talks in it, or not much, but he's really like, the Jedi are like afraid of him. He's deadly. He kills like Jedi. He's quiet but deadly. So yeah, but for what we got in the prequels, I just put him in. Also that Clone Wars show is Legends, so that means it's not canon anymore. But sadly, whatever. So that's why I just put him at number 4. So my number 3 is Darth Maul. And also, if you guys didn't know, well, you didn't. I don't think you knew. This list is only what we got in the prequels. Okay, nothing. So I'm basically just ranking them from the footage and the stories with them that we got in the prequels only. The prequel, the trilogy, not in the Clone Wars, because if we were counting like their whole story in Star Wars, then I would put Darth Maul in number 1, of course, because Clone Wars like made him they went more deeper in his character and his story. So I would say Darth Maul would be my number 1, but we're only counting his appearances, their appearances. I can't even talk anymore. Appearances that we got in the movies. And Darth Maul, okay, of course he's like one of the coolest villains in Star Wars. He's my number 2 in like but in the whole Star Wars villains thing. But I just put him on number 3 because I guess his design is really cool. Like even cooler than General Grievous, I think. He looks cool, of course. He does all flips. You know, he has a double-sided lightsaber. That was like the first time we saw one. Really cool. And good job to the guy that Ray Parker, I'm pretty sure he's called. Good job to him that did the flips and stuff. He was really cool. But I guess maybe we just didn't get enough of him, too little of him, and just we maybe needed more like character in him, more we could have went more deeper in him. So and also why did you just kill him? He could have been like one of the main villains in the whole trilogy. But he got killed. But at least Dave Filoni and the Clone Wars team bring him back, and it was really cool. And he did kill Qui-Gon Jinn, sadly, but and then killed Satine in the Clone Wars, but that doesn't count. We're not talking about that because that's in the Clone Wars. So I'll probably do a top 10 best Clone Wars thingies. I don't know. But yeah, I just put him on number 3 right now. Okay, my number 2 is Count Dooku. So I put him at number 2 because he didn't, okay, well, he is one of the best villains in Star Wars. I don't care if you're like, no, well, he sucked. Well, he didn't. Go check out Movie Flame's video of his life, the life of Count Dooku. There's so much to his character and in this story to him that just isn't really that explored in the prequels. But we are talking about the prequel, what we got in the prequels, and I still think it was good because we still got like some backstory from him, but not much, kind of like just a little bit. That kind of made you like interested in him. Like we found out that he was Qui-Gon Jinn's master, and he could have like, if Obi-Wan listened to him in Attack of the Clones, you know, the story could have went differently. But and also the tragedy of him, that Palpatine was just using him the whole time just to get Anakin and make him his apprentice, and basically Count Dooku was just nothing to him. And when you just get deeper in his character, even from what we got in the prequels, even he's a cool villain. He has his lightsaber hilt is cool, pretty cool. And he's just unique. I just think it's pretty funny when he's like a 80-year-old man, and he still does like a flip when there's like stairs next to him. Let me just show you that clip. So yeah, that's really Count Dooku. That's really it. And at number 1, I put Palpatine. So Palpatine is such a good villain, like in the top 3, okay? And especially in the prequels, and especially Revenge of the Sith, he shines so much in the prequels. Like my favorite 2 characters in the prequels are Obi-Wan Kenobi and Palpatine because of their performances and stories also too. So good job to Ewan McGregor, which played Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm sorry, Palpatine. the actor that played Palpatine. I kind of forgot his name. I'll write it in the thing when I edit the video. His name, but Ian, I'm pretty sure was his first name. But Palpatine, just when we start from how he's like the guy he's like the ultimate villain in the whole Star Wars story. He controlled every, like, he just controlled the whole thing. He's a mastermind. He tricked the Jedi, and really, in Revenge of the Sith, he won. Like in Infinity War when Thanos won. He won, and just the performance, like all the wacky lines that he says that are like so memorable, like Obi-Wan's lines, and like do it, and
do it.
Or now, and like the faces he makes, and to his just his performance in this story is just really good. And he just does it because he's evil. He doesn't really have much to him, but it just works. And maybe there is more of a backstory for him. So because I got 2 new Star Wars books, Darth Plagueis and Ahsoka. So so far I like Ahsoka better, that book. But even Darth Plagueis started being interesting, and I'm pretty sure we get some of his backstory there, so I'm pretty excited to read it. But yeah, so those were my top 5. If you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. You probably have your top 5 too, or maybe include other characters in the story. You can even include people from the Clone Wars, those villains, or maybe just do it as like the whole story. But yeah, so that's my top 5. If subscribe for more kind of these videos, and I'm still doing Roblox videos, but maybe not today. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.